Hello there, welcome to JonnyBuildz. I am your host Johnny. Hi Dusty, good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Hey Mayo, good to see you as well. So tonight is kind of a twofold thing. As you can see, I got this little Kirby guy. Got him in Florida, and he's a nano bricks. I'm doing great. How are you doing tonight? How are you doing, Mayo? Thanks for tuning in. So we got this little Kirby guy out of nano bricks. And I built him on a stream a couple weeks ago in Florida, and or built most of them, and then I finished them. And I was thinking to myself, hey, he would be kind of cool as my little token at Brickfair, Virginia. So when we go to these different events, whenever you're looking around at the different builds and things like that, some people have a token that if they particularly like a build, hey Ben, good to see you. So if you particularly like a build, you put a token in a certain area by that build to say, hey, you know, I like this build. So I said, well, I got a fire Kirby, so I made a bunch of little fire Kirbys. And I was like, well, if I have these little fire Kirbys, no one's really gonna know unless I have him, but he's not Lego. So let's build a giant Kirby, or at least a bigger one. So we're gonna use him as a template, and I do have the instructions here as well. They're really bad, but I do have them. We're gonna use him kind of as a template. I'm gonna take off some of the things. I'm gonna take his feet off. We're gonna use him as a template, and he's going to be my my Brickfair little token. Or at least he's going to sit on top of the Hoth stuff, the Hoth, whatever it's called, the shield doors that do open and close automatically now. I got those working. They're away because I have other stuff going on, and you can see this green over here is actually my wife's build for Brickfair, Virginia. She's doing a friend's camp. We don't have a name for it yet, so if you guys have cool names for a camp, let us know. Let's move this over here so we can look at the underside of Kirby. Good to see everybody. Oh no! Oh, see, you got to tell the story. If you're saying don't ask about tokens, now we need to know, because knowing is half the battle. Okay, so he is 6 by 5. We don't have to necessarily do it that way. I might just make it 6 by 6, but we'll see. So I've got Kirby here, and as you can tell, I've got a lot of pink brick, but most of it is 2x2s. There are some 1x4s and a couple 1x1s, but not much else variety. So it's going to be an interesting build. So, hey, you are good to see you. How are you doing tonight? Let's build Kirby. So let's get the base going for him. We're going to do a 6x6 base. I think that's a good start. And the nice thing is, too, with Hoth and all the stuff I've been doing, I have a lot of filler bricks, so I don't have to worry about filling him in with pink. I can worry about making that for the outside. So, post fallacy living at Brickfair. Yeah, oh yeah. So we're actually beside each other. Here, I'll show you a real quick overview of what my wife's working on. She's doing a lot of foliage right now, so she's got the base creation put together as to where things are going to go. They're not down yet or anything, but she's got a lot of foliage that she's working on, lots of bushes, shrubbery and stuff. So let me show you. So she's got the big Friends tree house. She's got this is like a little tiny house. This is like a little area where there's a little campfire thing, and there's some beavers back over here. She's got the A-frame house here because that's the guy that owns the camp. You got a set of camper cabins right over there. You got a dock way over there on the other side of the lake. You got a little paper plate for stuff over on this side. Way over there in the other corner, it's hard to see, is a little tent camp, and then over here is the boys' tents, or boys' cabins. So the yellow is the girls and the blue is the boys. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. So, but like I said, she's got a lot of foliage that she's working on, a lot of different things. So Mayo's having fun. Oh, your shrubberies. Oh, shrubberies are way over there. Oh. You know what? Let me see. Hold on. Shrubberies are over here. Whee! Over on. They're over there. You can see like some of the trees standing up and everything, and there's a bunch of shrubberies over there. Not all of them. She's got more coming. So. Bring me a shrubbery. All right. So we got a base started with Kirby. Let's get some of this put down. We're gonna go a little bit. I mean, Kirby is pretty round, so he's decently easy to do as far as the initial part. I don't have anything specifically for his mouth yet, but that's okay. So get down here a little bit more. As you can see, I got all my pieces here to do like the fire stuff. I got some reds, I got some yellows, I got some oranges, some other yellows, some glowy pieces. This is going to be, right here is kind of a thing to do the jewel that goes in his forehead. So, yeah. So how's everyone tonight? What did you guys have for dinner? I had, and this is funny, my wife has never had Spam before in her life. We had Spam and eggs. She has never had it before, and it was pretty good. Where's my filler brick? Where did I put it? There we go. I may put this on. That would be kind of funny. Have a Duplo block in there. Why not? Yes, I am serious, and I was surprised too. I was like, what? You've never had Spam and eggs? And she said no, or Spam at all, and she said no. So we had Spam and eggs, and it was good. To have a bunch of stuff that isn't anything related to the build on the same table. I can kind of see that, but at the same time, I think it's cool. Ah, that won't stay. Darn. Yeah, so won't be able to use the Duplo block, unfortunately. So. All right, let's get. Oh wait, my filler. Let's get some gray for the filler in here. It is not good for you at all. You are correct. I mean, like anything else, in moderation, it's not bad. So, all right, so we got our Kirby base. The funny thing is too, on this, so this is like I said, this is a Nano Blocks thing. If you look on the back, it actually says Nintendo and HAL, like from HAL of America, because that's what Kirby started as. So it's kind of funny that they have that. So we got that. Front part here. Now I kind of want to do the front the same way they did on here, but it's not really going to matter. So yeah. So word for friend is, so it would be Camp Coco Hoko. Well, there is actually here. There's actually a camp here called Camp Conakry. It's probably not. It probably doesn't mean the same thing. But all right. So no, there's no timer because I don't know how long this is going to take. This is a creative mock thing that's not going to be. You know, I'm not timing this thing. So all right. So someone fix your 4 clock. We can't. Like, we can reset the clock and then after like a few weeks it goes. It's off. So it's the clock itself, unfortunately. So Shawnee Camp Coco Hoko Hook. Wait. Coco Hoke. Coco Hoke. There you go, Kristen. Camp Coco Hoke. That means friend in Shawnee, apparently. So alright. So let's do the next layer. We're not gonna do too much as far as like making Kirby like super round. I don't need too much to do, and again, we're trying not to make him too complex here. weather on Hoth today is actually quite balmy. It is sunny, so everything's melting. So it's a sunny, sunny like 85 degrees today. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3. On the fourth layer, we start putting his arms in. So he took the tokens people put on my table and redistributed them. Oh, that's cool. I like that idea. That's a neat idea. All right, so this is the fourth up. And so we're gonna have lots of filler brick for this, because otherwise the pink, it's just gonna be too much. I mean, he's so pink, he doesn't need more. So what we're gonna do is start building out the arms right here. And Fire Kirby is kind of neat. They have his feet so that he's like standing up on them, like standing up on his tiptoes. And that's kind of how Fire Kirby does. He's like, woo, he's like blowing out. So it is a good way to get rid of stuff. Last year, Hoth got probably like 8 or 9 tokens or something like that, and I kept them because I was like, well, it was my first time there. But yeah, so all right, let's go some filler. Color does not matter. I'm going to save these red for his feet, because again, Kirby has red feet, so we're going to keep those over here. I have some other ones. These ones are newer. I have some older ones here that I just may use as filler. So, yeah, I can see how that would be a good way to get rid of stuff. But at the same time, it's kind of neat that people are like, oh, we like your build, so. Okay, his arms are from the middle. We'll start doing that. Let's do an arm like that. His little arm flappers. Okay, now the interesting part is after the first one, so we gotta put one more layer. I don't know how to do the mouth, like he's blowing. So what I'm gonna do is put two block here, and just like it's something that I can remove and change or whatever. As needed. So we've got, so we're right here. This is the first layer that goes for the arm. So that's where the first part of the mouth is, so that's good. That's lined up nicely. And then he's got these little cheeks. I can do all kinds of things with the cheeks. I could do like make his cheeks red like that. I could make them kind of glowy. I think I'll just do red. They have them glowy here because he's a snot brick. I could do that. I just got to figure out how I want to make the mouth. So that's like a last thing. Snot brick. Wow. you guys. I would think a black towel actually as the mouth would be better. Actually, you know what? I didn't bring my snot bricks out. I just brought one. This is for the jewel and the crown. But I could get some other ones. Yeah, I'll have to. She beat you to it. That's funny. We'll see how we do that in a little bit. So the mouth has kind of its own thing going on. So we're gonna put. Like it starts going back here with the cheeks, and then it's back in this layer. So let's do this. We're going to put this here so I can kind of isolate. And this is going to be right there. Snot Mouth is a good punk band name. You deal in sig fig, not token. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Sig figs are perfectly fine. I just don't have any of my own. It's something I've thought about and we've talked about doing. We just haven't done it. I've got these 1 by 1, so that'll be perfect. It was just not something we've done yet. So, yes, exactly. Sig figs get expensive. Here, I'll give you an example. So, tomorrow night we are at 8 o'clock again, same time. I'll be reviewing the latest episode of Lego Masters with Marcella and Krista again. If you look at their figures that they created, all of their figures, all of their sig figs use the April O'Neil top. It's the only one like it of its kind because it has like a yellow jacket and you know it's the only one like it, and they're expensive. So like they only have so many sig figs. So no, it's not Thursday. It's tomorrow. They couldn't do Thursday. I tried to get them to change it, but they could not. So we're gonna do it tomorrow. That's Kristen, the creator of the amazing... Oh, I need to look. The amazing... Okay, we're not quite there yet. We're just getting to that part. The amazing island back there. So $3 a pop per sig fig. Yeah, that does get expensive. Very expensive. So that's why you know it's not necessarily always done that way. So cheeks are going to go right here, and this actually is a little bit more narrow than the rest of it, but that's okay. We're going to do this here. So I have a box of 1x1 things that my cat Pixie knocked over. So let's get some little 1x1s here. We'll try a couple different things. You know, this is all experimentation to try and see what works best. Ooh, I even have one of those. Nice. Okay. Ooh, that might even work. If I have 2 of those nose cones, that might work the best. The other way to do it, I don't think I have pink in here. Pink is a weird color for Lego. Like, for some odd reason, there's not a lot of it. Oh, that's a goblet. That doesn't work. Whoa. $13 for your sig fig. That's nuts. Yes, Mayo is far away. But Mayo travels sometimes. He does travel sometimes. Right, there's another one of those. So I need one. I either need one cone or a barrel. Let's see what I find first. Oh, found a barrel. Oh no, I lost the barrel. Found it again. Alright. So we'll try a couple different ways to do it. Alright. Alright, so these are going to be his little cheeks. So what do we think? We think for the cheeks, do we think, because these ones glow. I mean, I can change them to be glowy ones. But do we think like barrels like that? Good color for his cheeks. Maybe like it's a little smaller, like 2 of these as cheeks. Those might not look good. Maybe. I don't know. That looks kind of weird as being cheeks, though, I think. Or do we want a cone, maybe? I think that looks weird. I don't know. I think the barrels look the best. What do you guys think? I'll do that for now. And we can start filling in behind. Nice thing is these are easily removable, so. Alright, we are up at the 2nd level for where his little arm flaps are, and we're gonna start doing some. Now, I have mostly red and yellow as far as like the bricks, the translucent bricks go. So I'm gonna use the red as a base and then yellow as we go towards the top. because it's kind of like yellow is towards the middle of the fire, red is kind of on the outside, typically. Here they have orange, which, you know, that's fine. Let's do some red. I don't want to make it too uniform, though. I'm also probably going to fill it in with some regular red and yellow pieces. So clear glass looking barrels in red. I might. You know what? Hold on. I may have that. That's actually a good idea. I do have them in here because for Hoth I have all of those in here for like explosions and laser blasts and stuff. That's a good idea. There's a that one's a cone. I don't know if I have barrels. Oh, wait, maybe. Nope, that's a nose cone, which still might work. A lot of my old sets had barrels. I haven't seen any actual barrels in quite a while. There's another red. So let's do, that was a good idea. So let's take the red off. What a good idea. Here we go. Red chubby cheeks. There we go. That's good. I like it. Alright, so let's do more fire on this. Yeah, that's fine. That'll work. And then we'll start adding on as we go higher. So how do I have so many pink bricks? So for Hoth, a lot of the filler brick that goes in, so these are, what you see over here are Mills plate. They're done in a specific configuration so they can all connect together, and anyone else that does Mills plate, MILS, can connect to yours, and you can like make bigger displays and stuff. And for whatever reason, our Lego store always had a lot of these pink brick. And I just kept, anytime they had them, I would grab a bunch and fill them in. And then when we went to Disney Springs, they had some of the 1x4s and some of the 1x1s in pink. And I was like, well, I'm going to grab those before I even thought about doing Kirby. So it's kind of funny how that worked. So, all right, so we got the mouth there. And so here is where the eyes are going to be. So let's work on these eyes. I was kind of thinking that maybe we can do the eyes as like, actually that looks kind of cool. His eyes have like little, whatever it's called on them. They're like the little, not ice cream, but the cotton candy or whatever. That actually looks pretty cool. Very similar, I think. I could even adjust those a little bit. So, scat? What's scat? Alright, so we got his arm, his hands moving, or going up. So they should be out the most whenever we get up to this level. Poop. Yes, the brown ones are poop. You are correct. The brown ones are definitely poop. Alright, so his arms, his hands are up the height that they should be. The other things should start coming in now, so we should start moving his roundness in more. The only problem with these is they are going to run into what's behind here, which might not be so... Oh, wait, maybe they won't. It's going to be close. Let's see. Going to be close. It's funny, too, because it makes my... Oh, no, that'll fit. That'll work. Okay. There we go. It makes my... Makes everything look like bubblegum. Oh, scat is the animal. Oh, I didn't realize. Okay, I wasn't thinking. So, all right, let's get some more red going here. Bridge that one. Let's go to the side there. Pink here. And what I'm going to start doing is putting, like I'm going to put some actual red like behind here, because I'm not going to be able to fill all of this with, well, maybe I can. Let's try it. See how much I have before I switch to the yellow. His head might be too big, so. You bought bulk pink years ago. Well, yeah, that's they've had it on the Pick-a-Brick for a long time, so. Oh, I need to bring up our filler. Hold on. Ooh. Got some orange here. That'll be useful as we get to the, you know, the other stuff, the yellow and orange here. Orange is not a color you see a lot of used. Let's go down one. We're going to fill that in with pink to help stabilize. Yeah. If a mixel eye would be shaped right for a mouth. Maybe. I don't know. That one's a toughy one. Mixel eyes look kind of goofy. It would have to be oriented correctly. It might work. I'll have to try it. So. And I may redo this. I may make these different and just use 1x1 bricks, so it's kind of like a little bit rounder coming up to him. But so far he's looking not too bad. So right here where his eyes are is where we start doing the crown, right behind here. So right after we get up here is the crown. So well, it's not your bad. It's just that kind of makes sense. Like when you're initially starting to build stuff, like you're thinking, why would I get that? I don't know what I would use that for. But sometimes things, you know, occur, and you're just like, whoa, that's a great idea. You know, something like that. Let's get a red. Let me get a red in there. Trying to find a 2x3 red, but I don't see one. Oh yeah, smash the like button. Thanks. I don't think about that a lot of times. I'm just building. So we're gonna put a red in there. Whoops. Back. To help keep that stuff together. Yeah, it's not looking too bad. All right, let's get a little bit more. We'll put the orange over there. A little bit more filler. This orange was from a haul and someone painted it. Ugh. I hate when people do that. Filler in there. The cool unique pieces on the wall when I go. Yeah, that's a good idea. There we go. So far, Kirby's looking pretty awesome. All right. So now we bring his arms back. This is up at the same level as this other stuff. And one by one there. All right, so we are pretty much done with the pink, and I may adjust some of this. I think I'm gonna take that out and put the crown started right there. So his arms are up a little higher, and then the crown is back behind him, behind his head. Now, unfortunately, again, I don't have any of the gold stuff. So we're gonna do yellow for the crown. So let's do that. Is that out enough? I think so. And the crown is going to be a little jagged. Like so. There'll be some empty space here. This is where the jewel is going to go. So let's put our snot brick right there. Okay, like that. Put this over here. Alright, so we got some more fire to work on here. What we're going to do is we're going to see how far back does it go. It goes a little bit far. So let's do another red there. Do a red there. One here. Do some here in the middle. Let's finish up most of his head here. So we actually have a big hole in the head, which is kind of funny. Here we go. That looks good. All right. So got his head finishing. I'm going to cover over that right there. We're going to start filling in with the yellow now. The glowy yellow is going to come over the top of the head. I'm going to add some more regular red just to kind of do filler. Again, we're doing this very quick. Not very quick, but you know what I mean. In a quick-like manner, just to kind of get him a general shape and have some fun making a cool character that will go on top of the shield shield doors. Ah, someone painted. Hate when kids do that. I understand why they do. It's their brick, so they can do whatever they want. So this is our first edge here that I want to put on some of these orange. whoops, that one's going to be loose, so we're going to be careful with that. Put it on first. I'm going to put a little bit of orange flame on it. Put that on the side. There we go, like that. So we're already getting some translucent look to it. Because the top really is just like, you know, whatever, like the top they have as red, which is fine. I just don't have enough red to do that. And I definitely don't have orange, you know, like they do, because they have translucent orange that they're using. And that's okay. So, all right, let's cover over Kirby's bald spot here. Some orange. And we're going to start adding the yellow in also around this. Oh, let's add a cool orange, yellowish orange piece. I have 2 more red, so I'm going to add some of this yellow in here first. And then add a few red flickers kind of coming up from it. And I even have some others. That's like classic space right there, translucent pieces. That there. Let's do another red flame here. Hey Zissou, how you doing tonight? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in as always. All right, we're gonna do more with the crown here because the crown has some extra little things. We're gonna do, here's what we're gonna do with the crown. We're gonna add one of these, and it's gonna be our little jewel for now. There's our jewel. So Kirby's mouth will be right here. We'll get that going in a second. Yeah, and I think I am gonna change this a little bit just because it looks a little too bulky. And adjust that a little bit, but we'll get there. Okay, so this is jewel. Get some there. This other red. The red's going to go there. We're going to have. I'm good, Zissou. How are you doing tonight? Have some yellows that help make up the crown and Kirby's head. And these are a little different. This should be like here because they have, if you can tell, they have some custom pieces. So I do not have those, and I was trying to keep this brick built, so I think I'll leave the crown actually just as that. I think that looks fine. Oops. What did you have for dinner, Zissou? Yeah, this is Kirby from Kirby's Kirby Superstars is where I first played Kirby, really, and it was a lot of fun. So. I may actually take his arms down. I think he looks... You know what? Let's do that. I want to make... Whoops. Can't lose those. think it looks better with his arms like that. They don't need to be too much further out. You just eat when you're hungry. Well, I mean, like, you don't have to eat at a certain, at a set time, so. Alright, so we got that. Let's put that red back in there. Let's get another, I think I have some orange. Let's see if I have some orange. Got a few orange. Let's add that in. Add another one in. Orange there. Let's move this. No, I want to keep that there. Alright, so we got, I mean, we don't have a lot of the glowy pieces, so let's do this. Let's make pull this back a little bit. Put that in there. Or make a couple high points where we're going to have some extra high flames. I do not have one more. I would like one more, unless I steal it from over here. Okay. Alright. You eat when your stomach grumbles. That's a good reason. That's a good time to do it. Alright, let's add some orange flame on top. These little translucent cheese slopes. I'm going to put the yellows on top of the reds that are out here on the back. Oranges will go on top of the yellows. There's a lot of open space, so we're going to make sure that it's covered up. Again, very simple. Like if I had, I mean, if I decided I was going to do this, a long time ago, I would have like sourced a lot of pieces and played around with things, and so this is what we have, and that's okay. It makes it kind of fun. Yellow in there. Looking pretty good. Let's get some yellow. What's everyone else working on, by the way? And Mayo, where are you traveling to next? What's next on your agenda? And who is allowing you out of the house? Oof. Dropped one. Gotta get that before the cats do later. Actually, they don't really care. They kind of look at the Lego and they're like, yeah. It's kind of cool. I like it. Look at that. That hair looks pretty neat. I actually want to move this in by one. Ooh. Move that up more like that. Oh, that looks really cool. I like how that turned out. Grandfather always suggested eating when not hungry is preventive hunger. I like it. That is good advice. Add a yellow down here if I can get my fingers in there. That is correct. Breaking a fast can be anytime. I usually break my fast at lunch. I hardly ever eat breakfast now. Kind of want to change that. Move that over. Let's add a red brick in here. Put a yellow here. That's looking really cool. I mean, look at that. That looks like Kirby on fire. Kinda. Alright. So now we gotta work on a mouth. Or we're gonna work on his feet in a second. I wanna adjust this first. So I still want this here, but I need I need 3 1x1s to kind of. There, I think that looks a little better. Since I don't have a, I don't know if they make, I'm sure they do, but I haven't seen a pink pink corner, you know. So, all right, so there he is with his little crown and everything. All right, so now we need to make him, we're gonna do his feet first. We gotta make him stand on his tiptoes. So his feet are pretty simple. So we're gonna start off with a base. And they're supposed to be only 3 wide, but I'm gonna do 4. So, because Kirby has big feet. If you've played any of the games, you know he has big feet. So. All you gotta do is play like Super Smash Brothers or something, and you'll know that Kirby has big feet. Because he likes to kick. Let's do it that way. These things are done. They come out just 3, so that would work. And be pretty simple. Let's get some different ones. Right parts would have, well, see, that's the thing. I don't know, things just kind of work out. You just play around with them and figure things out, and sometimes it just works out that way, you know. Sometimes that's what you do, is, I don't know, works out. Alright, so how high are these supposed to go? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll do. This one has a hand stuck in it. I'm not going to try to get that out. Well, what is it you want to build? And sometimes you just start off with what you have and work on that part of it, you know, and then move your way through. All right, so his feet are going to go like here. We're going to put a couple 1x1s on the side there. Kind of like his outside is. There we go. He looks pretty cool. All right, so I got a clear stand so he can stand, and there he is. We're not done with him yet. We got to fix his mouth and look at some other stuff, but I think overall he's looking pretty cool. So his mouth is going to be the interesting part, the toughest part, I think. But we can easily get to it. We'll take off the crown and pull that thing out. Oh, I got some. I need to put some filler down there. What do I want? A mess for over a decade. Ask my wife; she'll tell you that I'm building I'm creating a mess. So, a Star Wars set just for a really simple. Okay, what kind of joke? Like, what's the joke you're trying to do? All right, so we got to do a mouth. Like right now, he looks kind of messed up. So we got to do a mouth. Where's my flats? You can't tell, all the white pieces are Hoth pieces. So you are suggested maybe a Mixel eyeball as a mouth. I don't know, would that be a mouth? Do you think that could be a mouth? I think if it was just the black, that would work. And I got a lot of Mixel eyes, so I don't know. Let's see what else. If I have just a black one, I'll use that. Ooh, I don't know what that is. That's kind of a neat. It's a half round. That would be kind of neat, maybe. Sleepy Mixel eye would not work. Ooh, what's this? There's a black Mixel eye. That might work. That might work. Problem is, to do the snot brick part of it, I don't think I have the right colors, but we'll see what we come up with. That would be a big mouth, which potential. There we go. That's even better. All right. So let's see if I have. I don't think I have any pink. Snot bricks or where are I don't think I have pink of these either, so see, you can't say that though, because it's never going to be finished. You know that, right? Oh, I thought I saw a pink one, but I didn't realize it was my hand on the other side of the bag. That's like magenta. I kind of don't want to do that though. Magenta. I definitely don't have pink of one of these. Again, that's another rare, I mean, like, you just don't see these in pink. That's why, so the one for this one's actually printed on there. It's not a sticker, it's actually printed on that piece. In that bag of randomness, there are, which could work. I have a bunch in here too, so if I have to use clear, I have to use clear. Yeah, see, I have like clear headlights. So that might work, but I don't know. Ooh, you know what might? So if I did that, but then had this coming out this way, that might work. So let's do this. Kinda. How's that look? Woo! Or is that mouth too big? I don't know. What do you guys think? The other way to do it is no space. Is it too high? No, his mouth is like right below the eyes. So that's where we have it. Yeah, close up it definitely seems big, and I'm close up. So let me do that again. Right here, like that. It did. Cartoon big works, you think? I don't know. Not sold on it, but we'll leave it for now. So, put Kirby's little crown back on. And there we go. We've got... he does look cool. So we've got Fire Kirby here with all his fire. Look at that. That actually looks really neat. That actually turned out pretty cool. Not sold on this completely, but again, I don't have a pink to make it, you know, smaller. If I did, I would use it, but yeah, I just don't have that. So there we go. So in relation, so he will stand on top of the wall for Hoth, and then you know, if anyone's like, hey, where'd he come from? It's like, well, here, I'm actually going to do this. I think his arms look better that way. A little bit lower. There we go. That looks better. Kirby. Whee. He looks pretty cool. So all these are the little Kirby's. These are the tokens, like I was talking about. So you see 2 red feet and little fire on the top. And I think works out pretty good. I've got 12 of those that I made. I can make a few more. I just didn't know how many pieces I would need. See ya, Mayo. Thanks for stopping by. As always, keep on building. We'll see ya. I can make a few more. But so we got that done. Let me put Tiny Kirby back together. Let's do a quick comparison here. And then we've got some Hoth work to do. Or actually some things I just want to show you guys first. What time is it? 9 o'clock. Oh, plenty of time. Kirby's little thing back there. Let's compare. How's that look? Oh, pretty cool. Pretty similar. See, if I had red of the whatever they're called, the cheese slopes, the translucent cheese slopes, then I would do that, and it would be better. But it would be more like the original. But I don't, so this is what we do. All right, cool. So let's put Kirby aside over here. Didn't even need the instructions, which is cool. Put little tiny Kirby right beside him over here. And let's get rid of these. Move these out of the way. And what we're going to work on is, I'm going to show you guys first what I've been working on as far as Hoth goes. It's been a lot. A lot of different things. Mate, you know what? I'm going to do this. Put another one of these. With him, so he stands better. So I can do it this way. There we go. Now he stands way better. Ta-da! Yep, that's right. Ta-da! So let's move these over here because I'll use those for more Kirby's later. All that stuff out of the way. These can go back in the bin they're supposed to go in. Whichever one that is. Alright. Ooh, I got some more of those, so I'll put those over there with it so I can make a few more. Just depends on how I'm going to use. I don't know how many I will. These are all 1x1s. Those are all going to go in my 1x1 bin. Gotta keep them separated. So that's my organization a little bit. I'm gonna keep these out just in case I decide to change it. His mouth. It's not too big, but just in case I want to change it later. So I'll leave that out. So let me show you some of what I've been working on. Like last week, I had the. I was working on making it so the doors, you know, you could crank them manually, and they would open and close. Got that done. Added the motor and got that working, and then I added the Mindstorms to it and had to route the you can see these, they're like a specialized network slot, so I got that working and programmed so that like the doors open on their own, sit there for 45 seconds, and then they close on their own, sit there for 45 seconds, open. So it's pretty cool how it worked out. I also have an extra motor in case the current one dies, because that would be bad. But what I've been working on this week after that is starting to add some shininess to these base plates, because otherwise they're just white. You see all the white, the clear sparkliness that I have on here. Starting to make it so that, like, there is some variation to the base plates. This is the bag. These things here, these tiles, are where the shield generator goes. This is over in the back. Wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. Checking my numbers. 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6, 7. Ah, that's weird. That doesn't make sense. This would not work. This needs to go. This is in front, right here. So this one needs to be the 6. I don't know how that got changed. The claw thing on the base plate. What do you mean the claw thing? I'm not sure what you mean. These, and you can see I have the sparklies on here. These need some figuring out where explosions are going to go. Now the unfortunate part with the explosions is I have some of them already done from last year. I ordered and have my light my bricks for this, but I can't find them right now. Otherwise I would have them. Spikes, the claw-like spikes, white things. Claw-like spikes? You mean like stalagmites and stalactites? You mean those things? Like spiky snow up off the ground or whatever? Is that what you're talking about? Not sure. Yeah, if that's what you mean, there are... Oh, yeah, I put them on the door. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to do any of that here. At least from, like, pictures of, like, Hoth, they don't really have those things here. They just aren't. They're in the Wampa Cave, but they're not really here on the plains. Everything is pretty packed down and flat, which is why I'm adding, like, the sparkles to them, and we'll have things like the explosions, but I gotta find where those where these are, where the lights are, because the lights are gonna make things flash and pulse. Right now we've got things like this with the light in them, and it's gonna look really cool. Like we put like this one here. We'll have bits and pieces of snow going flying. I got a lot of these things to be able to make for the explosions. Like, how did that one go? Oh, this one's a even bigger one. So I got, like I said, some of these are pre-made. Some of these I didn't even do because there was just, I didn't have enough time. This is back from Winter Trolley that we did. So we actually had Hoth at Winter Trolley this year, or I guess last year, and it was pretty cool. So the nice thing is, like, these things, like, they have like a bit of a curve to them, so you can like adjust them with the other ones, and then you can like put them together. And rotate them and stuff, and then they just look like a cool little explosion type thing. But with the lighting, once I find it, the lighting is going to help it look even cooler. But it is funny too, because the explosions themselves are kind of delicate. There you go. So you got like an explosion going, and so we got like white pieces here, like it's snow that's flying off, which I could add more to it because I have all these 1x1s. Again, like I said, they are delicate. Down there. There we go. There we go. So like that. Explosion over here. This one's like right up against the base. This is the trenches, obviously, for the rebels. They're trying to pew pew against the big giant walkers. So I gotta find the I don't know what happened to it's in my mess of a room, but I gotta find what happened to because I really want to, because I have to string under here the wiring to go to these so they can pulse and everything like that. So bunch of different designs for these things. There we go. Okay, so like that. Put this one over here. And this one's a big explosion. I have 4 things here. Right like that. Drop that piece, I gotta start all over, right? Ooh, one more yellow. I have another yellow I can put on Kirby. Let's do right there. Now Kirby's complete. Again, this is just a rough Kirby, but he turned out pretty cool. All right, so big explosion. I need to add a piece, I think, to go on there. Otherwise, this is too, or that's not long enough. I need something that's, like I said, these are pretty delicate. Like once you put them together, they like to fall apart because there's not much keeping them on. If I used like the little arms or whatever, that would be better. But that's not what I'm using, so. There we go. It's a big explosion. So yeah, all these I want to get. I think this one, because it has a clear headlight on it. I think this is the one that has like a trooper that's like going, and I have them like their hat falling off and everything. This one's another large one. Like that. We got explosions galore. That again, I want to get lit up, so I actually gotta count anyway, because I only got like enough for like 3, so I gotta make sure I have enough to order more before, you know, time's up essentially. 3. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then some little ones. 6, 7, 8. So 8. I'm gonna need 2 more packs plus the extension rounds. So I'm going to have a little bit more. Then I'm going to need lots of batteries. There we go. So those are kind of cool. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 explosions that are going to be scattered around. That's the way it'll be. So, all right. So a little bit shorter of a night tonight. I was hoping to be able to start wiring these, but again, like I said, I could not find them. I found the parts that were to the AT-ATs. Those are already wired and ready to go from previous stuff. So this will have to wait until potentially next week. Again, as long as I get the parts there, or I'll be working on other parts of. I mean, like again, there's a lot to do. A lot of the shiny stuff to put on. Hey, Greg, how you doing? Good to see you. What'd you have for dinner? I had Spam and eggs. Working on some explosions. Finished a. So I got the other. When I was in Florida, I found this nano blocks Kirby. So spent tonight making a big Kirby. And that way for Brickfair, I can give people tokens. Doom External DLC, awesome. Doom Eternal, something like that. That's awesome. Hopefully it was a fun game, and hopefully you didn't. It wasn't too quick. So. You had Cowboy Stew. What's all in Cowboy Stew? That sounds interesting. And I think I've heard of it before. So, I think I need a bigger bag, though, to fit my oh, I still even have more explosion stuff. I don't know. Plenty of them. So, I'm going to be making more explosions. So, yeah. But yeah, I got to find the wire, and I got to get more wiring anyway in order to do that, and then lay this down. So I'm probably going to spend this week working on getting the shiny pieces. Meat and potatoes. Then you could just say meat and potato stew, I guess. Cowboy stew sounds like it should have like rattlesnake in it or something. So, yeah. So. Next week will be more of this, working on different aspects of Hoth. All kinds of detail work is being done. The plate, I got to actually take all the base plates that are out. So I got this bin here back behind me, and another bin that's full of these Mills plates that have Hoth in there. Make sure everything still connects and everything. Make sure it's all numbered correctly, all that fun stuff. And then, yeah, let's pack it all up in 2 weeks and head on down. So we're heading down early Thursday. I think it's July 31st. Yes, Thursday, first thing, July 31st, because August 1st is going to be the releases for August of Lego stuff. And there's a couple that I'm looking at, like the Big Fig Wicket and Soundwave, of course. So those are the two that I'm looking for. Plus, they have a little cool little arcade that they came out with. It's only about yay big, but it just came out of nowhere. It's like $50 or $40. It's for the piece count. It's actually really good, and it actually opens up, and you can see like a little diorama inside of it. So it's kind of neat that they did that. Just randomly, they came out of nowhere. It's cool. So yeah, looking forward to getting those, but gotta wake up early while at Brickfair and go to the Lego store to get them, because I want to try to have it so I can build Soundwave on my stream Tuesday after Brickfair. So we will see. So last thing is tomorrow night, again, Krista and Marcella will be on. We will be doing a review of Monday night's, well, I guess that was last night. Last night's episode 8 of Lego Masters. It was very interesting how it ended and how it went down. It was a lot of fun to do. It was a 90s Is It Lego? So like if you've ever seen the show Is It Cake, where they try to determine, try to see something that looks like it's a real object and then determine if it's cake or not. Same thing. Recreating something in a 1-to-1 scale in Lego, and they're very very stingent on the details and stuff. It was a good episode, so we're gonna be talking about that tomorrow. So that's tomorrow at 8. I'll be doing my next stream on Tuesday of, like I said, more Hoth, depending on what I get done here. Probably some wiring at some point, because that's gonna be a big part of this. Yeah, so until then, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Really appreciate you being here. Like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And until, well, tomorrow, but also until next stream on Tuesday, keep on building. We'll see ya.